All right. Okay, I think we're good. All right, what's up? Welcome,
What's good?
welcome.
What's good?
Go ahead and
Hello, how you
introduce
doing?
yourself.
Hello, my name is Skoot. I'm an artist here from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I've been doing music for about almost 10 years.
Oh
Almost ten
wow.
years. Almost 10 years. I've
Okay.
been doing it. I've been doing it since about 2016. So about eight years.
You look
Um,
really young. How old are you?
I am 28.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You're young.
just turned 28 a couple months ago. Um, my birthday is on a leap year,
Oh,
so
happy
that's how
belated.
I. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know I am a very special person. So
There you go.
no, but I've been doing music for 8 years. I didn't really start doing it um like putting it out there and performance wise till about I would say about like 2020. I would say about like 2020. I guess those few years I was just working, just trying to get my sound to sound like me. Um,
Yeah.
and just keep working on the sound before I really wanted to put it out there for people to enjoy and listen to.
Yeah, you got to perfect your craft, find yourself. And there's so many people making music right now. I feel like it's so easy to, everybody's just kind of stealing other people's flow or getting on what's trendy. So I like that you took the time to find your own style and,
Yeah.
what really you are. What genre do you do?
Um, I do I do rap. I do hip hop. Um, I can dive into other genres. I kind of categorize myself like genre fluid. Um, I do listen to like country. I do listen to like rock. I do listen to um classical. Like I listen to like so many different genres, and I try to like see like me. I try to take like certain aspects from like each genre and try to like incorporate it into the music, the sound,
Yeah.
um, the lyrics, the just anything that can make me stand out. Uh, yeah, I mean, I've been a huge avid listener of music all my life. Um, a story
Yeah.
my mom always tells me is that like it didn't matter what type of music she would play. Of course, when it did come to like rap, um, you know, I will always kick, I will always move, in her stomach. So ever since then, like music has always been somewhere in my life. Um, if that was I was dancing, if I was playing sports, or if I was doing anything, music was always incorporated. So I honestly say, like, yeah, I just listen to everything, that
Yeah.
just makes me move. So,
One of
you
my
know,
favorite things, I'm glad you mentioned like the classical. That's one of my favorite things. I like to say I'm versatile with music, but I'm pretty strictly in like rap or like blues. There's kind of no in between for me.
yeah,
I love when rappers especially will take something that has like a classical, like a really old like song from the 60s, like or a
hmm
beat from that and overlay that. I think that's awesome to be able to experiment like that already. What
yeah.
what made you start making music?
Um, Honestly, I was just going through it in college at one point. You know what I'm saying? I ended up having to like drop out, because I was dealing with so much, dealing with my anxiety and depression and all that stuff I was dealing with during that time. I kind of leaned towards music as something that just kept me up and kept me going, you know, and that right there is like the main ingredient for me to like or for me to like just do the music thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just
Yeah.
like it was a very monumental thing in my life. And I definitely want to do that for like other people too. You know what I'm saying? I want at least not if at least if my music doesn't touch people's hearts, I want to at least introduce my music so they could be introduced to music. You know what I'm saying? And get that same feeling if they're feeling low or they feeling happy. Just anything that, can just get them to feel the emotion of music. You know what I'm saying?
Trigger an
And I
emotion.
feel, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I honestly, that I would say that was the reason why I started. Like I just, just I had so many different emotions going on, and I felt like I needed to channel it somewhere. Um,
Yeah.
when I felt like the different avenues that I did have going for myself weren't working. So
Yeah, it's definitely it's a creative outlet for sure. It sounds like that's what it is for you. You know, it's music is therapeutic at the end of the day. So it's definitely a
mhm,
good play. I know a lot of the people I talk to, the artists that I interview and stuff, a lot of them were doing poetry or this or that before. And, that I love to hear that though, because, you hear a lot of people and they're just like wanting to make money. So I love that you have a real story and a real passion for, what you're doing. Who's some of your favorite artists that kind of, I mean, not necessarily steer your music or influence your music in any type of way, because I know you're kind of doing your own thing, you're all over the place, but who's some of your favorites in general?
I would say for like the style of music that I do, I definitely would put somebody um like Kanye or like uh Lil Uzi or like Travis Scott, Playboi Carti, even X, you know, he's definitely a main influence. Juice World,
Yeah.
Future is great. Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? So many different artists, and I like always like one aspect about them, and I try to not try to mimic it, but just try to be like, yo, I want me to continually grow my music authentically so I can reach those certain aspects, So I mean, I have like a huge list. I mean, I even just like, my favorite rock band is Nirvana. You know what I'm saying? And my favorite jazz musician is Miles Davis. Like there's so many different there's so many different artists. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
it's like a whole
different
melting pot.
avenues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like a
no, that's
melting pot
awesome.
of different like unique sounds that I really like. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, no,
especially
I would say those.
creative.
Yeah, those
You
crazy.
need those different, yeah, all those different sounds, all those different ideas, and like a lot of the people you just mentioned, they're so much bigger than music, like you said, like their impact and just the not even just the music industry, but the things that they stand for and do is,
Hmm.
those are legend people.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Well,
definitely.
so I know you listen to a ton of people, if you had the opportunity to collaborate and get one person on a song, who would that be?
One person right now. Ah man, that's a good one. I would say like since I'm from Fayetteville, I would love to get J. Cole. I would
Yeah.
definitely love to get J. Cole on the track. You know what I'm saying? Um, we already know what he can do as far as rap and stuff like that. But just like bring him to my lane. You know what I'm saying? Like bring him to my lane, loosen up a little bit. The kind of songs that he do with like JID or like Dreamville when they drop their like whole mixtape, something like that, where it's just energetic, it's fun, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have to be strictly boom bap. Um, but I mean I could do that too, but just bring them to my lane, you know what I'm saying? Have fun down my lane before you go back to your street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I think the more collaborations, the better. Do you do a lot of features with people and stuff? Are you working with a lot of different local artists?
Yeah. So in my city right now, I've been working with people like Tato Havoc, uh, Mobstar Vizo, Blueface Hundo. I work with Yolo Roo. He's the next one to blow out of Fayetteville. Yolo Roo. If you haven't heard of him or checked him out, check him out. He's the next one. Um, it's a long list of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Uh, I know I'm working on music with Lil Leaf. I'm working on music with um it's so many artists. I'm sorry. It's I just
No,
drawed
you're
a
good.
blank. Yeah.
I love that though, because I feel like there is a lot of people who are kind of hesitant to work with other people or to do or want to charge crazy for features and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's so restricting because, you know, as an artist, that's your networking. You know what I mean? Like, of course you can go and still meet people all the time, but like getting a feature on somebody's song or vice versa is just opening yourself up to a whole other audience that that person already has that, you know, you might not have got otherwise. I think it's silly to restrict and not work with other artists.
Yeah. Um, to that point, actually, I actually ran into an artist. He's like a younger up and coming artist here, here in Fayetteville, here in North Carolina. Um, his name is Jamal, and like his sound is like it's kind of like in the same lane of like you know how like Playboy Cardi's new sound is or like Yeet is, but his sound is so it's like in the same lane, but it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like him. And I was just chopping it up with him like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yo, we got to do a track, bro, because like your sound, a lot of people around you right now, they probably listening to you, and they're like, but you're working on something that's crazy,
Yeah.
and I feel like, you know, just to give him that confidence, like, yo, I'm gonna just keep going. But also just like, yo, like you're opening up something new to me where it's like, yo, I wanna try those different things. You know what I'm saying? I wanna do different things with my voice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You're part of
That
that.
can that can expand me as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, I for like any artist out there, especially like up and coming or just even any like lower talent or anything, just continue collaborating with other people because it not only helps you grow, but it also gives you a drive to keep on going. Like if that makes sense, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's a motivator for sure. You know, you just like any other field, anybody doing anything, you have to be a forever learner, whatever that looks like for you. You know, reading books or listening to
Mm,
other people's music or whatever keeps the creativity going. Because, you know,
exactly.
just like any creative, I don't know if you're creative in other aspects, but you know, I am.
Mm,
And if you don't keep doing something, you lose it or you lose the
yeah,
love for it. What, you know, you got to remind yourself why you started in the first place.
exactly. And I constantly, you know, do like events or anything um that can, you know, keep building that fire inside of me. You know what I'm saying? Because there'd be periods where you don't do nothing, especially you know in the position I am. You know, sometimes there's like you're doing a lot at one time, and you got this, and this, and then you might have a season where it's just like it's not your season. You know, you're just sitting, and you might just be like, yeah, you're trying to record, and you might have brain fog and all that stuff, but you know, you got to constantly collaborate with others
Yeah.
to at least, you know, keep your fire, your drive, your competitive juices flowing with this
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Even if it
I don't
means
know.
stepping back and just like you said, enjoying the music for a little while, bringing back that
Hmm.
fire in whatever way it looks like. Sometimes it looks like taking a break, you
Yeah.
know.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
that was actually the next thing I was gonna ask you. Have you performed a lot, like enough times to count, or you're out there all the time?
uh, not a lot.
Yeah.
I can't really count, but I could count the major performances I've done. I went to South by Southwest. Um, I've been to Rolling Loud, done like uh I've been in New York, performed in New York. I performed in Atlanta. Um, even recorded down there at a really major studio. Um,
Wait, you
just
performed at Rolling Loud?
mm-hmm,
Really?
mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Back in back
I've
in
never been.
yeah, back in like 2021, I think 21. It was like a whole major rollout that my team did, you know, because uh I dropped like one of my biggest singles, So Anxious. It was just like a whole rollout I did. And, you know, I ended up going to like this competition in New York. and I end up winning it. Like just killed it. They're like, oh my gosh, there's something different about you. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And they end up, booking me going down there to Miami during that time. The same thing with like the South by Southwest. Even though I already had plans of like, paying out of pocket to go down there to just be down there. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that Rolling Loud is a great festival, but like for any artist, I mean any genre, South by Southwest is like the holy grail for you to pick up to really jumpstart your career and stuff like that. But just I've been quite a few places. I've
Are
been
you
quite a few.
performing anywhere like regularly? Like, I don't know, I know sometimes people do like nights every so often. Like, if somebody wanted to see you locally, is there somewhere that you're pulling up every so often, or you're just kind
Oh,
of booking as you
I
go?
pull up. I pull up to a couple places here in Fayetteville. Um, as of late, I mean, my last performance was here. It was at like this new shoe store that just opened up. They had like this like big opening and stuff like that. This had to be like a couple weeks ago, but they were doing like performances for like the local artists in the city and stuff like that. And I was like, shoot, let me pop out. Got to perform. I got to perform a new track that nobody's ever heard, and people are loving it. And like now, I'm working on getting that out, distributing that out. Um, but I also been to like bars. I've been to bars. I performed at bars. I performed at little hole in the walls, little stuff like that. Just so it's more so for the people, so the people can see who I am. And
Right.
if I constantly keep going back, it's like, oh, I know who that is. You be
Hmm.
performing when you dropping music. I'm gonna follow your music. And those are the ones that really, be um, streaming a part of my music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, um,
building up that fan base.
yeah,
You got to be everywhere.
yeah, you gotta show face. I mean, even just like going downtown, you know, there's street performers down there all the time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's at any downtown. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like just going downtown, have a speaker and a microphone out there, you know, just giving a free show, little
yeah.
stuff like that. Um,
That's it. Are you well? Okay. Well, let's start here. Are you on all platforms? I mean, are you doing music full time? Like, you're all in?
I'm full time, but I still work because money is
Yeah.
money, and I like money.
Yeah. You gotta fund the dream with
um,
a job, is what I always
yeah,
say.
what I'm saying. I do it full time. I'm everywhere. I'm on all DSPs. I'm on Tidal. I'm Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, iHeart, Sirius, Pandora. Like I'm
Everywhere.
everywhere. YouTube,
Do
TikTok.
you so you're with a label, correct?
Um, it's more of a management.
Okay.
It's a management group. You know what I'm saying? They're
So
just
that's what I
helping
was
me find. They're just helping me get to that point where I can start talking to the labels. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? At first it started off as a label. But as I grew and they grew, we just turned it into more of a managing thing. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Gotcha.
they also focus on their artists. That's also on the entertainment. And shout out to all those other artists. But it's more so like me getting me out there because of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So and not to sound arrogant when saying when saying that, but just because who I am, like what I do. So yeah, nah, it's more like a management situation.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's what I was gonna ask. How are you, marketing, promoting your music? Are you on social media? Are you doing a lot of marketing and stuff for yourself, or is it
yeah,
mostly kind of?
yeah. So my main spots, I definitely got to get on TikTok, and I've been saying that for a long time. But my main spots have been Instagram Twitter, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? As far as TikToks, that's I usually when I drop like something on Instagram, I usually try to drop it on TikTok also. As far as like a reel or something like that. But yeah, I'm on all social media platforms. Uh, I also take the time out, um, doing research about promoting and the marketing, because it's a lot of scams out here. I done been dubbed too many times trying to pay somebody else um to do what I should be doing. And I've learned through those mistakes, growing as an artist, where it's like, okay, I know, okay, this person could use this platform to do this. How can I do the same thing?
Mhm.
Without me having to pay no extra cost, but other than to the platform itself. So, I do little things like that. I'm actually doing stuff that I've just learned recently. Um, with through YouTube and Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just use those methods that I've learned, um, and continue to grow the music. So far the music has been streaming wild this year. To start the year off, which is
Awesome.
amazing. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
amazing because it's like wow.
I have to
Um,
ask because I do social media management too. Like I've been doing it
mhm,
for some years now, and it's just I feel like that's such a big place where I see people like like you said, it's a thin line of deciding whether or not to start paying somebody to do it or to just keep doing it yourself. But definitely like whether you're an artist, a business owner, whatever it is, because I mean essentially you are your own business.
mhm,
It's just like now in today's world we have to be all the things. You have to be the marketer,
mhm.
the social media manager, you have to be promoting, you have to do so many things at once, and it can definitely help. But I think as like artists there is a little bit of an advantage when it comes to marketing because your main thing is just putting out content. You're putting out
Yeah,
music, so you already kind of have the content in a sense. It's just making a way for it to, coming up with that strategy of something simple that you can be consistent and just keep posting because it's so corny to say, but I say it all the time. Like we're just competing for eyeballs on the internet, and essentially that's what it is.
essentially. I'm gonna say essentially.
Yeah, because if you're not posting, somebody else is gonna post. You're just
Yeah,
reducing your chances of getting seen by somebody who might be a lifelong supporter. Got to
yeah,
be everywhere for sure.
yeah. No,
Uh,
definitely.
okay. So I think you answered most of the things that I was kind of going to ask. You just kind of naturally answered. I mean, is there anything else that you want to add or that we didn't touch on?
Well, I definitely got new music dropping for the summer. Definitely got new music. I'm working on an EP. It's hosted by a great DJ out of New York. His name's DJ Chase. Uh, it's gonna be it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be crazy. I worked
When can
really
people
hard on a lot.
expect that?
Hmm?
When can people expect to hear that?
It should be coming out around June. Definitely around June. I'm still working out a few songs. Uh, I don't try to be a perfectionist or anything, but if I do hear little subtleties, I try to fix those.
Yeah.
Because I want everybody to not only enjoy the lyrics, but just enjoy the overall composition itself. You know what I'm saying? Like just to enjoy the whole song. So just still working out a few kinks here and there. I got like one song that I got left that I'm really just like trying to get the sound right. The lyrics are there. It's just the sound, the production side of everything. And yeah, it should be expecting it uh I would say mid June. Mid June would
Hell
be the
yeah.
latest.
Yeah, and as you know, a consumer of music, like you said, you're listening to all these different types of music, and some of them, obviously, if we're talking things like classical or slower music, it's so much more about the composition, and that you're able to hear probably little details that most people wouldn't even think twice about. So, but that's a pro and a con. Obviously, you're going to be a little more
Yeah,
perfectionist. Things are going to take a little
yeah,
bit longer, but you're going to be very happy with the way it turns out. So,
yeah. So I mean, that's I would say like my biggest thing is just like I don't know. I always listen to music. I always get a chill down my neck, down my spine every time. It's like I don't know, like a sensation, a vibration, or something like that. But I know when like a certain part, and this even goes for like even major artists. Like if I hear a certain part in this song where it's like, uh, it could have tuned that down a little bit, or they could have
I've done something else there.
yeah, they could have did something totally different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I don't know. I just call that my sixth sense, and I always run with that because I don't know. I just feel vibrations with the
Yeah.
music, and I feel really in tune with the music. So, um, yeah, it just forces me to, oh, let's make it
Yeah,
like
it's just
this.
gonna
Let's make
make
it
you
like
better.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's make it like this. I mean, I've gotten so many compliments from a lot of artists, just even just from songwriting itself, or just be like, hey, instead of saying yeah like this, just say yeah or something like that.
Little
At
things.
that moment, little things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge advocate for ad libs. I'm a huge advocate for ad libs because it's just there's songs where the lyrics are hitting, but then there's also songs where it's just like I like this song because of just the ad lib right here,
Yeah.
or just the intro or the bridge or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, I definitely take my time. I try to take my time and definitely not rush it.
Yeah.
And
That's
just
good.
make
That's
sure
good.
everything's good.
Some people are just, I feel, in a hurry to, a lot of people, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, a lot of people are like trying to put out a song every week and maintain that. How often are you putting out music?
So I usually put a song out. If I'm like really going, it's usually like every 3 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks. And that's only because like I said, that's just like
You're taking your time.
the taking my time because yeah, I want a lot of songs to be out there, but I also want quality with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want
Yeah.
to just oversaturate with quantity because after a while, people gonna be like, all right, like you sounding like this song, or you sounding like that song, or you sounding like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Starts to run
And
together. Like a lot of
yeah,
those
so
artists you just mentioned, J. Cole, Kendrick,
hmm
Future, like Kanye, there you might not get an album for 2 years.
exactly.
But
You
when
know what I'm
you get
saying?
it, we're like, I'm
You-
happy to wait.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why that's crazy. Like I said, it's like one little things that I really focus on is like that quality, like quantity. Yes, everybody wants everything fast, but a good home cooked meal is always gonna fill the stomach, no
Yep.
matter what. You know what I'm
Every time.
saying? Every time. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather have that quality over the quantity of just
Yeah.
dropping it.
Yeah,
Um,
and that brings me to my last question here, because especially with somebody putting so much time into their music, like I said, all these people putting it out real quick just to drop something really trendy, or following what is going on with it, like stealing a little bit of the flow or what's popping right now. How do you
yeah,
balance that, because we do need a little bit of that to get noticed. How do you balance that with staying authentic to you and what you're doing?
I still listen to music.
Yeah.
You
So
know what I'm
you're
saying?
just
That's it. I
absorbing
still
and
listen to music. So like when it comes down to it, I always experiment. I always experiment. I always experiment. So it's just like, yeah, like I would say like who just recently Kendrick. Kendrick and Drake with this whole feud. You know what I'm saying? They recently just dropped some great songs. A lot of great songs. But now that that last song that Kendrick dropped, that's a really trendy sound now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really trendy now because now it's circulating everywhere. Um, I would take probably something what he did in the beat, maybe a flow switch that he did. You know what I'm saying? And just might hop on maybe the beat itself, or not even the beat itself, but a beat that's similar to that. Just that bop. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, like we got Playboy Cardi, you got you got you got a lot of new artists that are coming with these newer songs that are giving people the opportunity to make TikTok dances and stuff like that. Definitely worked on stuff like that where it's just like we wanted to be, what I'm saying? I wanted to be trendy, but I also want the quality. You know what I'm saying? I also want the quality. So yeah, I might like I got a song actually, uh Vibe With This. And when that was like during the time where a lot of the drill music was going on. You know what I'm saying? The drill music when drill music really was just like everywhere. And everybody was just doing the drill song. Um, but it was like a different type of drill song. You know what I'm saying? It was more like a vibe. It was a vibe drill song. Like if you
Yeah,
listen to like the hi-hats and the drums that are in it, even the 808s that are in it and stuff like that, it's like, oh yeah, this is a drill. This is a drill beat. But just like the chord progression and everything that's going on in the background of it, it's like, wow, this is like a different type of drill sound. And actually made a TikTok dance to it. You know what I'm saying? Had people on TikTok doing the dance. So, I try to always stay in tune. Always listen on what's going on. I'm listening on music. I'm listening on who's doing what, uh who's gonna be where. You know what I'm saying? I always stay in tune of what's going on.
yeah,
And I like
that's
to,
smart. I
yeah,
feel like some
I
artists
like
I'll
to throw
talk to,
people.
some artists I'll talk to, they're like, I don't even really listen to music anymore. They're like, I listen to myself. And like that's not a good way to stay in the know of what's going on.
Nah, cause I would say like listening to yourself, that's great. It's great to listen to yourself, but after a while you get tired of your music. And then that's when you start jumping around trying to jump to different styles, and then that's
Yeah,
when you make it more confusing for yourself. You gotta, the same way how like we treat all these other artists, like we may listen to their music for like a long period of time and then we take a break. You gotta do that for yourself too, because you're
right.
gonna oversaturate yourself and then you're gonna be falling out of love with your sound, and you're gonna be like, I don't really like the sound. People are not even noticing my sound. You're gonna start critiquing your own sound, and
Yep.
you don't need to do that. You just allow it to be what it is, and just focus on the next track, and just keep moving.
Yeah.
Really, so
That's a good piece of advice.
yeah.
So you've plugged all your things, right? Is what's your socials? Is it the same
So
everywhere?
yeah, so on IG is Skoot.HOE, as SKOOT.HOE. It's the same thing on TikTok. On Twitter, my not Twitter. It's not even Twitter anymore. I'm so used to saying that. X
I didn't even
is
catch it. Yeah.
my X is P underscore Scooter HOE. So that's P underscore SKOOTAHHOE. Um and yeah, on YouTube is Skoot.ho. So Facebook, um Skoot.ho. So it's like it's pretty much the same thing.
Keep it
Um
consistent.
yeah, keeping it consistent. Yeah. So yeah, that's where you can find me at. You can find me on all like digital streaming platforms, like I said before. Um Definitely check out my trendy track that's going on. It's called Don't Panic. Don't Panic. I really like that song. Great track. Um yeah. that's
Well,
that's
you've
pretty
made
much
me
it.
want to listen, so I'm sure someone will see this. You'll get some more people.
Yeah, definitely. I hope everybody that is watching this, please tune in. I got so much more to drop. So much
Yeah.
more to drop.
Gotta give everybody a chance. Check it out. You don't know if you're gonna like it till you listen.
Exactly.
All right. Anything else?
Nah, I mean, I enjoyed this conversation. I really have. What was your name is Sydney?
You don't know my name?
Or
Yeah.
or
I'm Sydney. We do our podcast, Spilling the Tea, but obviously we didn't do it face to
Spilling the
face
Tea?
because you're not local.
Yeah.
We're in South Carolina. But hey, next time you're in South Carolina, if you're out there performing or something, I'd love you're a good conversationalist. I'd love to sit down with you again. We could do another one down the road.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna do that. We're definitely gonna do that, person to
Yeah.
person. I'm definitely gonna be traveling to South Carolina more.
Yeah. They do a lot of local artist stuff down there. It's a good place.
Yeah. So like, if there's any other events or anything, I will be tapped in. Make sure I will be, available to go out there. So,
yeah, we'll set it up.
All right, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Good. It was
Yes,
good talking to you. Good luck with everything. And like I said, we'll do something again soon.
Of course. You
All
too.
right.
All
See
right,
ya.
bye. Peace.